Hello, hello, and hello? Is anybody out there? Is anybody listening to me? Can anybody hear me out there? I am dealing with technology on Facebook, so it has been quite interesting. I found that I could record and then put these up on YouTube, so I thought, why not do this with a live studio audience? But it has been some time getting into there, so welcome back to Papa O's Ramblin' Chit Chat. Today, before we get started, I will be selling a painting. Look, it's an original Papa O, done on Papa O's TV channel, and I will be selling this on Pagan and Witchcraft Trading Post. Bids will close, and what this money will go to is to my podcast, so I can get the stuff to do a podcast. Or you have to keep seeing me on Ramblin' Chat. Well, today, we are going to, first, we are going to do our little stuff, and then we are going to look into a magic box. This box has been gone for 3 years, and I finally found it. So I am debating about going into that, or just starting with our little discussion. Now, our little discussion is on the pagan problem of invoke and evoke. I know we're all good folk, but do you know the difference between evoke and invoke? And I'm going to help you remember it too. Because some things you have to think, oh, what was that? What was that? And now you'll be like, oh, I remember Papa O saying. Invoke. Invoke is when you want to call the spirit, the energy, anything inside of you. You want to bring it inside of you. That is invoke. Evoke is when you want to bring it around in your presence. Okay? Remember, invoke is inside of you, evoke is around you. The thing you got to remember about that is think of a poo fart demon. You want to have a poo fart demon around you to upset other people, then you evoke it. If you want to be the fart demon yourself, you invoke it. So, invoking is something you want to be. Evoking is just having it around you. I know you can tell the difference. Invoke and evoke. Now, on our hot topics on Facebook, by looking at other pagans and what they had to say, Sonia had a question. Sonia asked, do you evoke the archangels? If you are evoking them around you. If you are invoking them, you are bringing them into you. So, my personal thing, you want to evoke them. Not invoke. Because God knows what would happen. Especially to you, Sonia. Sonia is the person I would like to do the podcast with. Sister Sonia is another local root worker. So we will be auctioning off this original Papa O painting at the Pagan and Witchcraft Trading Post, where I'd like to thank all of my admins there who are just amazing and are wonderful people. Now, the hot topics from the pagan boards today. We'll start with there was a painting up, well, a picture, and it was a young horned god. Very good painting, I thought it was. If I get permission, I will put it up on my page. But some people got a little touchy because the god didn't have facial hair. I know, it seems so silly. It didn't have facial hair. I think the big problem is we think of our gods as stagnant. We have the ability to look at the old man God because of Judeo Christian upbringing and not think of a dynamic God who went through the same things that we did, that we have transformed from a child to a teen to a young adult to middle aged to Papa O's age. But I'm good with it. I really am. But do not think of your gods as stagnant. Think of them as growing with you. They develop as you develop. They keep on going. The next question was, can you accidentally curse yourself? Curses! No. I do not believe you can. I believe magic is all about intention. What is your intention? And I believe that if you do one thing wrong, you're not going to invoke or evoke a demon or a monster. You are just going to be going through the same thing. You made a mistake, just correct your mistake and move on. I promise you, from my mouth to God's ears, you will not start the apocalypse. You will not have demons eating your butt. You will be fine. Just keep on going, correct your mistake, and then go back. So don't worry about cursing yourself. Cursing is a special talent that some people have, and it is its own magical practice. So don't worry that you're going to do it accidentally. It takes lots of practice. The next question is, what makes a god? And see, this is something that I've been going through with a lot of people recently. What makes a god? Well, little bits of everything make a god. Little bits of everything. So we look at, we are a god, and we are a god that has grown. But things that live on the top of us, we are God to them. And we live on a god. That's how it works. God is both, we are God, and God is over us. And over God is God. It's a never-ending cycle of out, in, out, in, out, in. Never-ending cycle. Now, to get to our topic today, SAD, the seasonal affective disorder. A few of you have come to me and said, Papa O, I tend to get really tired and really depressed in the winter. What can I do? And there's actually a lot of stuff you can do. I want to remind you all, we are animals, so we do go through seasonal changes. And you'd be amazed at the seasonal changes. The problem is we haven't changed a lot of our holidays to change our lifestyle, and I'll get to that. Now, with seasonal affective disorder, um, your body is going through changes. It realizes it's winter, and it realizes that winter work for our species is going to mean a lot of different changes. So putting on a few pounds is very common because not just because of the holiday season, but because your body is using more of its energy. So you are going to go through either losing weight if you keep up with your same diet, or if you tend to eat more of the traditional foods that you feel like you need, you will pack on a few extra pounds. And that is common. I often get told that it's the best time to lose weight because your body is using more of its energy up. So now, what can we do for it? The first thing that they recommend are a good amount of omega 3, 6, and 9. And see, everybody always is like, salmon, they want you to go for healthy fats. I rather take a pill of omega 3, 6, and 9, but you got big old girl has got to eat. Big old girl has got to eat. And salmon, it will not always do it. The next one is vitamin C. Sickness is going around a lot. The reason why, as you get colder, the blood flow to your hands and to your body is less. So it is pulling the thing in to preserve your organs. It's pulling the blood in to preserve your organs. So your exteriors are more, they have more chance of getting infection and holding infection. So, henceforth, winter tends to be cold and flu season. Now, vitamin C has been not proven to really do anything, but I think it has psychological benefits. Oranges, grapefruits, tangerines, they all remind us of the sun and remind us of heat. They need to be grown in heat. So to me, they have sun energy in them, and that sun energy can really help with seasonal affective disorder. So I would recommend a lot of citrus. In fact, even during colonial times, they used to put citrus out as ornaments and stuff like that. And it was very big to get a piece of fruit. Of course, that was also because they didn't have mass transportation. The next thing you want to work on, especially with that immune system, is zinc. Now, zinc, you find it in eggs, you find it in meats. Zinc will naturally make you feel happier. Zinc will also really boost up your immune system. If you have some circulation issues, zinc is pretty good for that as well. And basically, your meats, your mushrooms, your eggs, I'm going to tell you the best, after I'm done with this, I'm going to tell you the best thing for, I believe, for winter to eat. The next are your folates. Make sure you get your dark greens in. Also, eating greens are going to make you feel better because they think of the sun. Another good way to work with seasonal depression is get some plants going. Plants can be a daily meditation. Working on them every day, trying to make things that like make your house look prettier. You can put prayers on them, tie prayers on them. We have some trees growing. We have some herbs. We just have a little bit of everything to make you smile. But eating dark greens is really important. It's important for blood production. It is important for a healthy immune system. The next and most important is vitamin D. There is a lot of vitamin D enriched foods because as normal people, just the normal, we are low on vitamin D because we don't spend enough time in the sun anymore. So trying to get that vitamin D in, milk, eggs, cheese, are usually enriched with vitamin D. Also, if you need that little bit of energy boost, you could take B12. B12 shots are fabulous because it's a boost of energy. It really is. If you are feeling really sluggish and you have insurance, you could ask your doctor for a B12 shot. If not, there's B12 that is sold at Dollar General. Also, there is mushrooms and many other sort of eggs. A lot of proteins have B12s in them. You want to get your B vitamins in. B12 is really good for energy. Now, the last one and my favorite one that I always recommend to people for the winter is tryptophan. Now you're like, Papa, what's tryptophan? Is that some weird wacky tobacco? No, tryptophan is not a wacky tobacco. What tryptophan is basically the chemical that is in chocolate and cheese. So I'm saying during the fall, in the winter, and in the early spring, I'm sorry for that little delay, but you need to eat cheese and you need to eat you some chocolate. It will make you feel better. In fact, the colonial army, the second biggest medicine that they had was chocolate. So, Papa O was saying you need to have your hot chocolate to feel better. I'm going to try bringing the camera down and back around because it just went crazy. Okay. And now I'm trying to fix legs. Technology, work with me. Someone take the wheel. Okay, I think I got it. Ooh, did I? I did. So tryptophan. That is what makes you feel good on Thanksgiving. That is what is in your turkey. But it can also be in your cheese. That's why those Thanksgiving sandwiches are so damn yummy. Big girls gotta eat. Now, before we go, we are going to do some Kiliandra. I'm messing it up. Kindriana. Got it. I'm doing some Kindriana tuning. And her tuning this week was, how do you separate your harvest? Now, that's a big thing. How do you separate your harvest? Now, your harvest can be what you have to put some away for winter. Some of what you have accomplished over the summer, you have to put it away for winter, knowing there are going to be some times when you need it. And some of that harvest you are going to need right now and to celebrate. So take some of what you have accomplished this summer and do something amazing for yourself this fall. Also, make sure that you are diligent in preparing for the winter. If my signs are correct, I think we are going to have a wet and cold winter. I think that the greater Appalachian region will have a white Christmas. And I think that there's going to be a lot of snow and rain mixes. So make sure you save some of that harvest to drag you through the winter. Some other things is go out and celebrate. Go out and hang with friends. Go to group celebrations. We just had our first fall celebration at Wild Garden, and it was amazing. And we hope to have them throughout the year, especially during the winter seasons, to remember that there's still happiness, there's still family, there's still community. Love one another, reach out to one another, be kind to one another, and most of all, like Grandpa Sackwitz always used to say, don't be an asshole. I almost was, because I almost left you without your extra little surprise. I am sorry. Some people will have already signed off, but now we get to look in the box by ourselves. Okay, let's go see what's in our box. This is our box. It hasn't been opened. Oh! Technology! I am sorry about that. My phone. I am trying out this new tripod. So let's open it up and see what we got. Okay. I used recycled. I upcycle my brown paper and I use it for petition paper. I think it's great for petition paper. Okay. Oh, it is my pendulum. It's with a singing quartz. Look at that. Ooh. Smoky quartz within hydros. Look at that. Look at it. Would you look at that? Now I realize I have not seen this in 3 years. This is my favorite piece of quartz. There are probably 6 or 7 anhydrous in this piece, and it has a spot right there. I know a crystal person could tell you what it is. I call it my key, because when I'm searching something out, I will often hold it between my fingers and use it like a scalpel to try to see things or to try to fix things. So, I love this piece. I'm so glad I have found it. I knew it had to be somewhere. Couldn't be nowhere. Look at this. Piece of fantasy quartz. I love fantasy quartz. If you get really close on it, it looks like an underwater place, an underwater island. I learned about that from Chit flipping. I also have 2 quarters in here. God knows why I have 2 quarters, but if I'm ever out and somebody needs 2 quarters, I have 2 quarters. I have my Ursula box. Poor unfortunate souls. And there is nothing in this at the moment. I found my bag of petition papers. Got my bag of petition papers. Now I realize where all this paper came from. Okay, let's put it away. Let's Maria Kondo it and put it in its home. I have my measuring spoon. I use that a lot to seal things with wax. I'll melt the wax in there and then pour it on. This is a makeshift candle. That's a makeshift candle. I made it out of cloth and wax and kept on rubbing it in. Because you never know when you're going to need a candle. I try to be prepared. This is Blake Briscoe's Kyphe. It smells amazing. Oh, it smells amazing. Then I have charcoal. You never know when you're going to need charcoal bricks. Not like you grill on, but like you use in magic. Then I got 1 set of cards. Got some driftwood. Never know when you're going to need a piece of driftwood. Think this is another set of cards. Yep, another set of tarot. I've got some rosemary oil in here, or acacia. I have Van oil by, this is Seven Sisters. I have a walnut. You never know when you're going to work on the brain and need your walnut. And then I had, see, a lot of people get scared with knives, but they are probably one of the basic tools that a working at home witch uses. Just, we need to cut shit up. We're not killing things, we just need to cut shit up. And finally, look at this. Would you look at the, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. You can't look at it. Oh, but I found a heart somebody gave me. A heart full of love. I have some Aroma G's lavender in it. Look at that. I have a pair of tweezers. Now what I'm trying to think is, what was the last thing that I had to go out and do for somebody? Because this was usually my travel case. When I'm going out to somebody's house to do something, I normally come out with my travel case. I'm estimating the person needed a reading and needed some sort of cleansing. Probably had some ghosty issues. I love this. But of course, this is my favorite piece. Look at that. That's nice. And that, remember, I got quarters. Got quarters for you. Okay. Aroma G's in Nashville. Their oils are very good. I recommend them. Now let's check the drawers. Let's see what's in Papa O's drawers. Ah! These are a deck that were made for me. They are old apothecary labels, and I had them turned into a deck, and they were sent to me. I just love these. In fact, if anybody is still on here, I'll do a reading with them. Okay, what's in the other drawer? Ooh, what do I have? I have Wishes from Kindriana. I have a business card. It's not my business card, but I have a business card or a calling card. Who's trying to call on me? I have lottery cards. Now I'm going to tell you. Also, it has Up in Smoke, which is a Glasgow pipe store. Very nice. They have very good products. I have the lottery cards, which as soon as I saw them, I said, I need them as divination cards. So, they are really great. And I got these from Le National 2 in Glasgow. I have a few prayer cards, but as all of you know, prayer cards are not as powerful unless they were picked up at Sackwood's Funeral Home. Just letting you know. And I have another deck of cards. I think these are the Shaman Wisdom cards. And they have plants, they have animals, they have directions. Just a really good deck. Really good deck. And the last thing I have in here is a syringe tip and a Band-Aid. So, what can I tell you about this box? I was traveling overnight with this box. That's what that tells you, because I had to give myself a testosterone shot. So that is the needle that has to be given for a testosterone shot. Yeah, that's big as hell. That is not even funny. And then I had a Band-Aid to put it on. Probably I had the medicine in there, but I've taken it out. Because it's something I have to do every 2 weeks. So, since you are still here, And you have put up with my chit chat and tick a tack and talking. Who would like the reading for the night? I'm going to put this down. Who would want the reading for the night? Who? I will take the first person who says, me, me, me. The heart doesn't count. I can't read a heart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can't read a heart. Okay, Grant. I will give you a reading. Let's see what's going on with you. Make a wish. What I like to do with these cards is I like to open them up and make them like a cog. These are my steampunk cards that I like to use. They were made for me, and I absolutely love them. Okay. The first thing I'm going to tell you, Grant, is this is going to be a good year of change for you. This is going to be a chance when you don't hide from things, but you put yourself out there. It is time to persevere and push through the season like a champ. It is time for you to, even when odds are against you, it is time for you to push against that. It is, you have made this decision. It is ground in stone, and you've counted to 3. You are done with it. You are going to even take anything bad that happens to you, and you are going to make it into something positive. You are not going to allow negativity to come into your world like it has before. For a long time, you have allowed other people's words to be toxic to you. You have allowed, basically, you have tried to hide yourself from the world because at times the world can be too caustic. So you have blinded yourself to the world. Now it is time to reclaim that time. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. It is time for you to bring light to what was once dark. You have, over the past year, You have been working to make things stronger and more efficient and better for yourself. Now it is time for you to take your medicine. You have decided upon this. You have thought hard upon this. And now it is time for you to take that pill. It is time for you to go on and create the machine that you have been working at so hard to create. You know everything around you. You have your bearings. You are centered. You are grounded. It is now taking flight and allowing yourself to move from it to basically change the world with the new invention you have made. And that is something that is wise, and you've been decided to do it. Don't take anybody's poison. There are going to be people who don't believe in you and have who have thoughts that, oh, he can't do this. Well, you show them. You have the ability to do it more than anybody. So go ahead, reach out, and make your changes. It is time for you to put those hands to work and to defy time and bring yourself to flight. I hope that helped you out, Grant. I hope you have a wonderful night. Be kind to one another. Reach out to one another. Don't shank one another. I know the holiday seasons are coming up. And most of all, like Grandpa Sackwitz always used to say, don't be an asshole.